Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Let's see, we got a couple people here. What's up, Timmy? Yeah, so this will be TC Jukes and I'm not gonna say this right all night. The Chennai Super Pings. I still don't know what that's a reference to. And I haven't been out of the game for so long. Commentary is also gonna be pretty irrelevant. I just probably leave it to the music's at a lot of points. Just catching up on the rosters. It looks like TC Jukes will probably have Ty, Ginny, Frozen, and Get Right, or who I believe is Ginseng. Someone may want to correct me if I'm wrong there. And at least I'm pretty sure Ginny will play. I know I saw in like a lot of the preseason polls kind of that he was kind of stepping his game up. So, but I don't think TC Jukes is overall picked pretty high. Ty obviously, been around forever. Is really solid. So we'll have to see. Franchise cricket team. Alright. It's a decent reference, I guess. Thank you, Timmy, for the the spot check there. Yeah, so looks like it'll be oh, and I guess Ty's playing defense as well. And if I'm not wrong, I think Ginseng used to play offense as well, so I guess everyone's wanted to kind of switched up these recent seasons, so I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Hello to the Bob as well. Got all my pals here. Maybe I'll have to stream a USC game at some point. So we got a link. Get a couple things set up here. But yeah, so on the Chennai Super Ping side, we've got Polpo and Gasol on O, and Water Wheel and the new guy, most likely on defense. The last time I remember, Gasol was becoming a really, really solid offender, majors league offender. I just remember him always having really good decision making and really good positioning. So I think that'll probably be a really strong offense. I know Polpo, I don't remember if he won the Super Bowl when I streamed it. I think he was on Goober's team, right? But either way, I remember him being really solid as well. And again, at the last point that I was kind of paying attention, I know Water Wheel was kind of on the come up as well. So. Oh, looks like we're just about ready to go here. So, I guess you guys can all anticipate A, how well these players are going to do in their first game together, and also how well I'm going to do, or vice versa. I remember Gasol being on TC Jukes a couple seasons ago. So I guess he's kind of taking the place of Ball Don't Lie, who went to his former alma mater, all caps. Alright, looks like all the scripts are working as well, which is definitely a welcome surprise. I was pretty worried with all the test server stuff that stuff wouldn't work, but here we are. So, off the start, not many offensive chances for either team. Oops. Gonna be a little rusty here. So Popo with a grab, he's going to get returned by Jin on the bomb. Gasol trying to make a grab, but he'll have 3 defenders to get past. Makes a nice move off the corner. Jinny made a little bit of an error there. Gasol somehow still alive, and Jintang misses the boost, so now Gasol will be past 3. Good moves to get out of base, but he can't quite make the finish. Did everything but cat there. So still looking for the first score of the season for these teams. And the new guy will have the next chance here. And again, gets past the defense, and that'll be the first cap for Chennai Super Pings of the season. Gasol looking for more than just the double doink. He'll have a handoff for Popo, who will be able to get out here with the boost. And Gasol gets the gate, so Popo with a decent chance here. Has quite a few bodies in base, but makes the boost! See that on the MLTP top plays this week, folks, if it ever happens. Just manages to squeeze it in there. Chennai with the power-up advantage here. They'll get a tag pro lead past at least one. Jenny smartly avoiding the tag pro, but Gasol doing work in base anyways, and Chennai Super Pings out to a pretty quick lead here on Emerald. Also had the maps. I thought we were supposed to play Transilio first. Let me know if it gets laggy here. Curious how Photoshop affects my stuff. Yeah, I guess Ginseng's kind of been on the comeback for the past couple seasons. Good to see him getting his feet wet in majors again too. Gasol doing some nice work on Anti here. He's already got a clear base for the new guy, but no one really in danger of returning Ginny yet. Now Popo will switch to Anti. Oh, the tie gets the bomb around. Nice flame Ishii. I've heard better though from you. Ooh, the new guy almost had that good boost there, but can't quite get it. Or that was frozen rather. I don't know where I got the new guy from. Alright, so Ty gonna squeeze out a tag pro here, and TC Jukes looking to get on the board. Jenny will wait around for the tag pro to clear base, but Water Wheel is able to get a pull off, so Jenny will have to wait patiently here. Power up's not really doing a whole lot for TC Jukes this round. Wrong. Alright, so TC Jukes looking to get the reset here, but Frozen ends up kind of killing his own flag here a little bit. Now Water Wheel just trying to get past Ty, but nothing doing. Oh, Frozen had the reset there, but now the new guy's going to be out past a few. Ty's going to end up having to make a play here. Rest of TC Jukes able to get into base for the time being. Frozen still not able to get that tag. And the new guy will finally be returned, but it's all on the other end. Getting the double pup handoff here. Should be looking good for Chennai. But Ty's able to make a pull, but Popo just gets the gate in time, but Ginseng able to get the return off the diffuse, and it'll stay a 3-cap lead. Trying for the close quarters move there. Can't quite get it. Damn. I hate when the stat board doesn't work. Actually kind of sucks because I was just going to look for some stats. Popo makes a nice move off the boost to draw the defenders away. This is looking good, but Ty's in the right position. So after some early bleeding on the part of TC Jukes, they've done pretty well to kind of slow the roll of Chennai a little bit. It's been 1-1 after the past few minutes, or after the first few minutes, I should say. Frozen trying to make good work of the TC Jukes defense, but the defenders end up getting boosted into him. Yeah, I was kind of talking about that pregame queue where they're. I remember them both individually being really solid, kind of team offenders. I remember Popo working really well with Goober. And Gasol's a pretty smart offender as well, so definitely should be a solid pairing as the season goes on. We were talking about that. TC Jukes put another one on the board. They're able to cut the lead in half for Chennai. I just gotta be right back here. Shit streamer. I don't know, Pretty Lights Beast, is that the band name? This is Bonus Points. Use it for a lot of like video editing and stuff. Alright, so power-up's going to TC Jukes here, trying to get some momentum going as the half runs out, and they could do it. Ginny just able to work in the cap. The new guy might have had the return there, or I should say the pull, but didn't quite have that angle. And now Frozen was past a few, but Water Wheel able to take the boost correctly. So looking for some last minute magic himself. He's able to get around the TC Jukes contain in base, but Jin makes the read, and now TC Jukes should be able to get the reset here. Jinny just has to make his way around, and they will keep it to a 2-cap lead here. Some good work at the end to keep the momentum away from Chennai. It was 6-2 going into that last minute. Alright, so it looks like we'll switch over to Sphere here, so it'll be just a couple minutes. Big shout out to my stat guy Ishi in the chat. I'm gonna take your word on that one. Alright, looks like we're about good to go here. I do not play Tag Pro anymore. Can't confirm. That's why I've been relegated to streaming. Alrighty. Frozen with a quick grab here. Trying to make some moves. Water Wheel ended up pushing off for anti. This might give Ginny some room for the handoff, but the new guy played it well. So TC Jukes coming off that Super Bowl win. Obviously with a very different looking team the last go around. So trying to get back to the former glory. At least we'll be tied. It's all gonna get returned here, so TC Jukes pushing their way back to base, but Pulpo will be able to regrab. So there's been a good amount of miscontained so far here. As I guess a lot of these guys switching to defense, as well as just getting used to their partners and stuff. Ginny has a chance to be past a few here. Pulpo will smartly wait on the boost, and it will end up getting kissed. Frozen makes a good play, but Ty on the other end couldn't quite get the 1v2 out. Does have a nice boost, but Saul's able to make the read. And 2 tag pros now for Chennai. No one's spawning for TC Jukes, so they should be fine. But the new guy ends up boosting out past his lead. He will kiss, so this could be good for Chennai. They should be able to get out here with another tag pro lead. And lots dead for TC Jukes. Ty had to make the last play, but Ginny came in and ended up making the play that he needed to make. So a little over 2.5 gone here, and still no score in this half. Ty with a good boost here. Nice draft manip. And he'll end up back on defense most likely as the new guy brings in the first cap of this half. And it's back to a 3-cap lead now for the Super Pings. But we're going to forego that power up and instead just look for the cap. Frozen is able to boost around the tag pro. So looks like both flag carriers will just stay out here. And Pulpo able to make the good tag there as Ginny would have been past a few. Now Frozen with another chance, but Gasol will have the angle. I have streamed some drafts before and they're pretty horrible. I applaud those who did it this season. That is a very long night for captains, streamers, everyone. I'm not really familiar with the playoff structure either. I don't know. Is it just 6 teams make the playoffs? Ooh, I think that was Gasol? Or no, Ginny. Almost able to squeeze it in there. But just too many in base for the Chennai Super Pings. We'll have a kiss in the mid that could favor TC Jukes here if they can get the reset, and they should be able to. But the new guy's there for the return. And if I'm not mistaken, Frozen was a defender at one point. Maybe biased, but I definitely think it's harder for the defenders switching to offense. At least I know from my own experience, I've never really been that good at offense, and at least they're able to, I should say at least offenders, like, they have a second chance if they're not doing that well, because they still have people ahead, but being on offense is like the last chance to prevent a cap. So while I really haven't been paying attention, TC Jukes have almost tied it up here. Looking to make it a game as we go into this last half of the Emerald game. Jin looking to make a move on Gasol here. Gasol will go to the boost. And it's like Jin ended up foregoing the kiss there. This could work well for them if Frozen can get to the tag in time. I think, what was that? Jinny ended up forcing that. Pretty good deal. Just had to wait a couple more seconds for his tag pro to spawn. He'll look to make the OD play though, ends up overextending. And no one on TC Jukes going for the grab there, even though it's 3v1. And this could end up costing them if Jinny can't get out. Smartly avoids the gate and is able to kiss to neutralize the capping opportunity. Frozen won't be able to get out either, so we'll have a double reset for the time being. Alright, yeah, so slow going on this half. I just missed the TC Juice cap, but they have tied it up. But still just a 3-1 score this half. What is traditionally a pretty high scoring map, or at least it can be. Popo looking for the handoff. TC Jukes should have the contain here, and they will. So going into the final 2 minutes, we've got a even score again. And both teams will kind of look to start over here. Power-ups obviously very crucial as we go into this point in the game. And it looks like Chennai should be able to win the bottom one. The new guy ends up just barely winning it out though. Frozen barely getting the corner gate for preventing the cap. It looks like Chennai will be reset with the tag pro on base, which they will now send on offense. And in the right position to get the tag pro grab. Not much doing defensively for TC Jukes there to prevent that tag pro lead, but doesn't end up costing them, and they're actually turning the tables and get a cap themselves. I don't really see how they got out of base on the other end. Yeah, it was 6-2 Chennai going into the final minute of the first half. Obviously they have since forgone the lead. We're going to tie it up here in the last minute will be Chennai. Should be able to get this return here. And Polo has a chance to be past the feud. Jin is waiting on the power up. TC Jukes should be able to get a tag pro bottom, and they will. So this could seal the deal if they are able to play their cards right. Popo looking to get the handoff to Gasol with the rolling bomb, but he ends up spiking himself, and that should do it for TC Jukes. As I think that was, yeah, the new guy just barely missing the return. So a bit of a costly error there as Gasol ended up spiking himself with the rolling bomb. Definitely could have stayed alive for a good while and prevented the tag pro from doing any damage for TC Jukes. But instead, they will give a 4-cap lead up. And Chennai will, or sorry, I think I was talking the wrong team, but TC Jukes will come from behind and grab the win. Kind of mad I don't have a scoreboard though. They are switching servers. It's Origin and Sphere. They're just going back and forth. Oh boy. I was gonna look into some stats, but I don't know what the deal with Tag Pro League is. Oh fuck, this scoreboard didn't work. Let's go with that.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, well, again, TC Jukes coming from behind on Emerald. They were down 6-2 with 1 minute left in the first half of Emerald, but come back to win 9-7 overall. They had a 5-1. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense actually. Let's go full retard. Oh right, but yeah, then they finished the first half at 6-4, and then come back with a 5-1 second half, and ended up finishing 9-7. And looking to get the first cap here is Gasol for Chennai. Might be able to have the bomb angle, but should end up getting gated, and he will. So 2 power-ups here to break the stalemate of the first minute. Power-up advantage going to Chennai with just a lone Tag Pro. who will end up being forced to grab. And we'll have to work around 3 defenders. Contain looking a little shaky, so Pulpo's going to have some room to work with. But still not really past anyone. Should get some help from Gasol now. But he ends up backing himself against the wall. And TC Jukes are able to maintain the reset. Just gonna set up my other laptop here while things are at least relatively slow. Alright, so nothing doing really for either team on offense. As Ty, just as I say that, Ty will be able to get out past 3. The new guy may have an angle here, but Pulpo will be the one to get the return as he steps out for OD. Jenny with a nice bomb gets a nice bump from Frozen, but is able to stay alive somehow. But the new guy takes a nice angle, and Chennai will stay reset. Up until then, it had really felt like TC Jukes had a little bit more of the, or rather Chennai Super Pings had a little bit more of the offensive momentum, but that was a good chance for TC Jukes there. 2 tag pros will be in the Chennai Super Pings base, but nothing really doing for TC Jukes. Ty with a nice rug grab off the Juke Juice, and he will be able to get out past a couple here. But the new guy's quickly able to catch up, so it's still 3 to beat. Just waiting for his defense to get the reset, but has to boost in and ends up getting returned. TC Jukes with a good regrab train here going though. And would like to have held that until power-ups came up, but was not meant to be. Sorry about that. So we will have power-ups coming up here as Pulpo is looking to take advantage of that, but won't be able to do it. They should be able to win out their own power-up though, but Ginny will be past a few. Gasol's going to have to stay alive. He did have the rolling bomb. Is able to hold around long enough, and Pulpo is able to take the good angle. I don't think TC Jukes was necessarily as aggressive as they could have been in trying to get the return. Now TC Jukes coming in with Chennai Super Pings coming in with the Tag Pro lead, and that'll be the first score nearly 5 minutes into this first half of Transilio. TC Jukes will keep the reset as Ginny looks to wait for the bomb on the other end. Ty will need it as doesn't really have a whole lot doing in terms of blocks, and Chennai is able to keep the reset and get the defuse in base as well, taking away that tool for the opposing offense. Ooh. Ty not really quite able to read the spin there. And Water Wheel will get a good bomb, but Pulpo ends up blocking him. So still just a 1-cap lead here for Chennai. Frozen looking to cut that down. So he's able to get it past a few, has the blocks, and the new guy just not able to get there in time. And Frozen will tie it back up for TC Jukes. I can't read chat right now as well as I had to move over to my other laptop, which is really slow, so still just starting back up. We will also have the Western game tonight of Center of Attention and the Holy Seahawks. Should be a good one with a lot of like established majors talent well. That should be a good one. Or is kind of a perennial elite offender since he came up to the league. Frozen trying to get the bump grab rather, is just able to escape water wheel, but still won't be ahead of him. Tries to get aggressive on the boost and is end up able to get ahead of water wheel. And he will be returned, makes a nice move on Gasol, and TC Jukes again able to come from behind to take the lead. Ginny looking to add on another one here, makes another nice move on water wheel. New guy may have the gate here, doesn't matter as Gasol was there to get the return. Frozen will look to wait for this power up. Water wheel is going to get aggressive for the return, just not able to get it, and Frozen will end up having to give the Juke Juice to Pulpo. Frozen looking to use the bombs to his advantage, try to stay alive here as his defense rushes back for another return. We'll end up taking the gate, and the new guy is able to read it well. Now Gasol passed everyone, and that will be another tying cap for Chennai Super Bings. It's now 2 ties, excluding 0-0. Frozen has to grab here, makes a nice use of the portal, and is able to delay the cap for Chennai Super Pings. But they will be able to get reset again, as power-ups will come up again. Bit unfortunate grabbing there for TC Jukes, as they've now taken themselves out of contention for the Chennai Super Pings power-up because they double flaceted. And so Chennai Super Pings are able to get 2 of the power-ups that matter. New guy looking to make use of this Juke Juice, but Jim gets the fortunate boost, and TC Jukes looking to hold this reset here. As Frozen's coming in with the flag, looks to make the okay then move, but couldn't quite get it off the little corner here. At least I think that was it. Jeez, that was 7 seasons ago, man. We're all old. Or no, wasn't that 8 seasons ago? Season 9? I don't know. Alright, so 2 Juke Juices for Chennai here. Gasol should be able to use one to get past a few. Takes a good bomb, gets the blocks, had the cap, and took the scenic route. Gets it anyways. Thought he didn't really need to take it off the wall, but the TC Jukes defender wasn't able to get there in time anyways. TC Jukes now looking for the response. He does have the double blocks in base. Doesn't take the best route, but has the blocks anyways. And TC Jukes again able to tie it up as the half will run out there.
2, 1.
the scoreboard works this time, and hopefully my laptop will stay turned on. Alright. Looks like we're ready to launch here. So with a nice move to, oh, actually, I have all my colors screwed up in my head. Thought that was a nice move by Gasol, but he ended up killing his own teammate. Popo looking for the handoff here, Ty with a good read on the boost though. Alright, so Jenny with some space here should be able to get past one, possibly two, if new guy can't quite make the read. Didn't really have the angle, had to try and make a second move, and now Popo will be past everyone, and Chennai will take the first lead of this second half of Transilio. Getting lots of ties and lead changes last half. Now some numbers in base for TC Jukes, but we're not quite able to make it happen. Should be able to get up my stream here in a second. Good point, actually. I hope it's even still working. So lots of returns in the TC Juke space, and they will be able to keep the reset here as James looks to get out. Probably didn't really have the angle anyways, but not helped by Frozen boosting into him. So TC Juke's looking to close out what a lot of people might consider a steal. Definitely did steal away the first game as Jenny's able to work around all the defense and bring it in for the tying cap for TC Jukes. Who again had a really big comeback on the Emerald game, and at least on paper maybe a lot of people probably had Chennai Super Pings maybe running away with this one. But we are all tied up here on Transilio with a little more than halfway to go. Ty with a good grab to get out past a few here. We'll see if the defenders with the flag lol meme applies to him as well. Oh, a good bump by Frozen. That was a good read. But unfortunately can't make anything of it. And this should be looking good for Chennai Super Pings if he can take the corner well, but Jin ends up putting himself in the right position. Water Wheel does well to stay the course and stay ahead. And Chennai Super Pings able to maintain the reset there. Yeah, Frozen with a really heady play there to boost his fly carrier up and at least try and... He didn't really necessarily put him in like that advantageous of a position, but he was almost certainly going to die. So now Frozen with a good move, but Water Wheel is able to make the final push and get the return. Lots of chaos in the Chennai Super Pings base, and they're not quite able to make a cap of it. Jin just gets barely beat, and now Popo coming into base, but we'll run right into Ginny. Alright, so Popo now with a good chance. 2 tag pros in base against him, but not going to matter against the rolling bomb. And he's able to again take the lead for Chennai Super Pings. Another lead change. Frozen will just be returned as he tries to get aggressive through the gate. The new guy will smartly get in position by the flag and try to stay ahead, as TC Jukes looking to bring in another tying cap, but not quite able to pull it through. Another regrab train for TC Jukes though. Bubble with a good bomb, and just has Frozen to beat, but Frozen able to position himself well, ward off Popo from getting so aggressive coming into base. Chennai will look to get aggressive for this mid power up. Popo does his best to avoid taking the tag pro, but he might have put himself in a bad position, but instead it's a cap. He was risking getting returned by letting his teammate get the tag pro, but it ended up working out well as he was able to get pushed right into the boost for the cap. That's a Popo looking to tack on another one here for Chennai. Won't be able to get past 3 defenders though, and Gasol the same. So rolling bomb goes to Water Wheel and a tag pro to Ginny here as both teams looking to make something of these last few power up rounds. As long as like Ginny will quite be able to do that though. The tag pro should be running out soon. Just as I say that though, he's able to use it well enough to get Frozen some room to work with, and Ginny gets a return as well. So Frozen will be past 1 now. All the numbers in base for TC Jukes. Frozen makes the move on the new guy. Water Wheel is able to get ahead. Frozen has to backtrack a little bit, but still 2v2s in base. Ends up taking a weird angle. He kind of like went a little more towards that way. He could have just went down and around to get around the new guy, but instead gets returned. Alright, finally have chat back up. Frozen looking to bring this cap in for TC Jukes, and they are able to make it a 1 cap lead. Gasol looking to make use of the corner. Almost able to get around Jin, but Jin there for the tag. Yeah, I'm not really quite sure or that familiar with kind of how Pulpo and Goober work together comms-wise, but you know, maybe you know, that might be a thing to work on going forward for Pulpo and Gasol, is just kind of working on their aggression, because at least through some stretches tonight, there definitely have been a lot of like double flacids. I don't know necessarily how aggressive each one is by themselves, but could be that their former partners were good at kind of wrangling them in. So, but obviously, like I said, and Gasol will put it away for TC, or for Chennai Super Pings rather. Still hung up on him being on TC Jukes. This is going to be not quick enough. Alright, so that'll do it. We come away with a split here with TC Jukes with the comeback win on Emerald, and Chennai Super Pings holding the lead after a few lead changes on Transilio, but holding the lead for a 2-cap win of their own. And so both teams move to 1-1 on the season, and good signs from both teams. Again, I like that combination of Gasol and Pulpo a lot on offense, and I think that definitely has a chance to you know, be one of the more prolific pairings in the league. And TC Jukes really holding their own again, like I said before. You know, not necessarily the favorite team going into this one, so good to see them, you know, hold strong on that Emerald game and come back for the win. So good showings from both teams tonight. So that'll do it for me for this hour of Tag Pro, and then we'll be back at 11 o'clock for Center of Attention and Center of Attention and the Holy Seahawks. So hope to see you then, but if not, have a good night, and thanks for stopping by.